In today's video, I'm going to be discussing Biden's plan for Social Security, how it is massively flawed, and how it will not save the program. I have all the details for you right here in the video. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. First off, thank you so much for liking and sharing this video with those buttons right down below. I really do appreciate it. Also, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Big ol' subscribe button right down below. Again, thank you so much. Really do appreciate your support. Let's get into it and talk about it. All right, so I want to refer to some remarks that were made during the debate a couple weeks ago and what Biden said his plan would be to save Social Security. Now, there's more to it than this, but I want to point out some of the key details here. He indicated he wants to raise taxes on higher income people so that the high income will pay their fair share. His tagline that he says all the time, pay your fair share, right? So anyway, I want to talk through the details about this because even though a lot of people are on board with this and saying, yeah, tax the high income, tax the rich and things like this is actually a terrible plan. Reason being is there's not that many rich people out there. I know you think that there's probably tons of people out there that make all kinds of money. It's not true. It's a very, very, very small percentage of our population. So if we look at how much they actually want to raise taxes on these individuals, that's fine, but the problem is you're only taxing a very, very small portion of our population, and that's not going to generate all that much money unless we levy them with a huge, huge tax, but they're not talking about that much more. So I want to break down all the numbers for you and give you the details behind this because you'll clearly see what's going on and how this plan, yes, it certainly would raise a lot of extra money, billions and billions and billions of dollars every single year, but that's not nearly close enough to what we need to avoid insolvency with Social Security. Now, here's the thing with Social Security insolvency. Right now, it's not happening for about 9, possibly 11 years, depending on what report you look at and depending on the details behind it and how they would actually need to make some changes to it. We're looking at insolvency, like I said, about 9 to 11 years from right now. That's a long, long time, and the program is going to change a ton between now and then. Benefits are going to go up a lot because of the COLAs. There's going to be a lot more beneficiaries. Right now, there's about 70 million people drawing on Social Security benefits every single month. That's going to go up a lot, like significantly between now and then. In fact, get this really quickly. 11,000 people are becoming eligible for Social Security every day, every single day for the next 3 years. 11,000 people a day are becoming eligible for Social Security. That's a lot, okay? The number of people drawing on Social Security between now and potential insolvency is going to be a lot higher than the 70 million that we're looking at right now today, okay? So this is going to be a much bigger thing going on, and it's going to change the landscape massively as well going forward. Anyway, so here's what I want to point out for you really quickly, okay? So basically what they want to do is they want to tax people on more of their income. So right now, there's basically maximum taxable earnings on Social Security, for Social Security was what I should say, okay? So Social Security gets the bulk of its income from payroll taxes, right? So they tax all the money that's being earned by employees by 6.2%. The employer pays another 6.2% on top of that. So a total of 12.4% of total Social Security tax that is collected on every dollar that is earned right now, up to a maximum of $168,600. That's the maximum right now that is taxable by Social Security, okay? Now, I've been looking at a bunch of different reports on this, and I've been looking into it further. They've been talking about potentially raising that cap from $168,600 right now in 2024 up to $200,000. So basically raising it by, what is that, $31,400 is what they're talking about raising it. Let's just, for easy math, let's just call it $30,000 is how much more income they'd be able to tax from these people that are earning a very nice income, okay? Now, remember, this would only impact those people that basically earn over $168,000 right now for 2024, okay? That's a very small percentage of our population, by the way. That's only about 10% of people that actually earn that much income, which is, you know, that's a really nice income. That's a high income for a lot of people. That's a very nice income, right? It only encompasses, like I said, 10%-ish, give or take a little bit, of our population that earns that much or a little bit more, okay? So let's just use that $30,000 number. In other words, being they raise it from $168,600 right now up to $200,000. That's about another $30,000 of taxable income where they could apply the 12.4%, the 6.2% from the employee, the 6.2% from the employer, 12.4% in total, okay? So if we take $30,000 and we apply a 12.4% tax on that, that's an additional $3,720 per year of taxes that would go into the Social Security Trust Fund per person, okay? But remember, this is only applying to about 10% of our workforce. So right now, our current workforce in the United States is about 186 million people, okay? 10% of that would be 18.6 million people that earn about this much money, okay? So about 18.6 million people out there would be subject to the extra, call it, again, I'm just kind of rounding numbers here so you can see the difference here, would be subject to an extra about $3,720 of taxes per year. Does that make sense? Okay, as of right now, okay? Now, if we take this $3,720 multiplied by 18.6 million people, this comes up with $69 billion. Let's just call it, for easy math purposes, $70 billion of extra tax revenue. That'll do it, right? That'll save Social Security. Not even close. Why do I say that? How much do you think Social Security is paying out every single month right now to beneficiaries? $10 billion, $5 billion, $50 billion. I'll tell you this much. It's over $100 billion every single month that's going out to beneficiaries right now. $100 billion. That's nuts. That's every month, okay? Imagine that. So if they were to do this right now, and they raise taxes on higher income people, and they raise an extra $69 billion, let's just call it $70 billion in taxes this year alone, in 2024, for Social Security, okay? They add an extra $70 billion. Is this going to save Social Security? Not even close to it, okay? So as of right now, like I just said, they're paying out over $100 billion a month out of Social Security to the beneficiaries. But you heard me say a little while ago, 11,000 people are becoming eligible every single day. That's millions of new beneficiaries just in the next few years here, okay? Now, do you think that's really going to count? Do you think this is really going to help the program remain insolvent? Remember, we're becoming insolvent. In other words, more money is going out of Social Security than what's actually going in. In fact, what was it? Last year, I could be off by these numbers a little bit. I have to look at the report again. It's been a couple months since I looked at the report. But the last report that came out of the Social Security Board of Trustees, I believe they drew the trust fund down by something like $22 billion. Again, I could be off a little bit on that. I have to check the numbers again. I haven't looked at the report in a couple months now, but I think they drew the trust fund down by, it was something like $22 billion last year alone, okay? So let's just say they brought in an extra $70 billion per year. Yeah, that's nice. For the first few years, maybe we would actually have a surplus. Okay, fine. It looks good for the first few years, but the problem being is, if we fast forward out, say 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and we get out further beyond, and now we have an extra, say 3, 4, 5, 6 million people drawing on Social Security, guess what? What have those people done? They've come out of the workforce. A lot of these people are probably high income because they've been working for 30, 35, 40 years, right? Their whole life. They're probably making 6 figures. They're probably making a high income, right? So they're paying a lot of taxes into Social Security. So they're coming out of the workforce, no longer paying Social Security payroll taxes, and they're going on to Social Security benefits. Therefore, they're going from one equation, being they're going from paying in through payroll taxes to drawing on Social Security, and probably drawing a pretty nice benefit as well, right? Do you see my point here? So they're going from like being the payees of Social Security to basically the recipients of, right? So it's like, and they're being replaced with probably lower income people that are probably just entering into the workforce. Not an equation that works. So maybe the first, 3, 4, 5 years it does work. It looks like, wow, yeah, we're drawing some extra money here. We're bringing in more income into the trust fund from higher income people. But then those higher income people are saying, hey, forget this, I'm going to retire. And then I'm going to draw on Social Security. Boom, there you go. You have all these more people drawing on Social Security, getting that money because they don't want to pay those higher taxes. Or maybe they're just at that point where they're saying, forget it, I want to be done with this work thing, right? I've been doing this long enough. And then there you go. Now that this equation simply does not work any longer, okay? So yes, it may be a short-term fix that would work for a short amount of time. Again, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 years, something like that. Not that long. But then the trend shifts, and all of a sudden we've got a huge amount more beneficiaries, millions more people drawing on benefits. The higher income people, a lot of them have kind of been purged from the payrolls, and all of a sudden, we got a major problem on our hands again, okay? That's what I'm saying. It's a short-term Band-Aid, but it would not be a long-term fix for the program indefinitely going forward, okay? Does that kind of make sense? So Biden alluded to that during the debate a couple weeks ago, and I thought, you know what? I want to break this down because, yes, a lot of people continue to say, oh, let's just tax the rich. They need to pay their fair share. Okay, fine. If that's what somebody believes, then that's fine. Go ahead and go for it. But again, this is not a good solution. We need to come up with something a little bit better. And don't get me wrong, here's what I anticipate. I do anticipate that going forward, we probably likely will see higher taxes. We will likely definitely see higher taxes. We're also likely going to see probably an adjustment to the full retirement age. I know this is a very unpopular thing, and I know a lot of people don't agree with that. I don't foresee Social Security going forward without an adjustment to the full retirement age. Now, would that impact people that are, about to receive benefits? I would say no. It's going to impact people like me, like the 40s and youngers are going to be impacted by that. Not the people that are like 3 months out from claiming benefits. No, they're not going to be impacted. It's the younger guys. It's me and all my buddies. I don't have any buddies. I'm just simply saying it's the people like me, right? Those are the people that are going to be impacted. And I say this much. Do it. Raise the full retirement age on me. That's fine. I don't care. It would save the program. It'd be better for the beneficiaries. They should do that. They should be raising the full retirement age for younger people. Why wouldn't they, right? Life expectancies continue to get longer and longer. Therefore, the full retirement age should also be pushed out a little bit, right? But I do say this much as well. Do not, under any circumstances, do not raise the full retirement age on people that are 3 months out, 2 months out, a year out, 2 years out, 3 years out from claiming benefits. Do not do that. That does not make any sense whatsoever. Raise it on the younger generations, the 40s and youngers. That's where it should be applied, okay? And again, I know that may not be a popular thing, but I don't foresee Social Security going forward without an adjustment to the full retirement age. They've done it before because life expectancies continue to get longer. This is something they kind of need to do. So I do anticipate them doing that. I do anticipate them raising taxes, and they may make some other little adjustments going forward to try to get this insolvency thing under control. But those are what I anticipate happening, okay? So the same old plays out of the same old playbook that they implemented way back in what, 83? 1983? Yeah, that's a long time ago, right? So I hope this helps, but again, I'm going to continue to keep you posted on all this. I want to break this all down for you. So I want to clarify this really quickly here because good plan, nice plan, works for a little while, but then it doesn't work anymore, okay? Like all the different fixes that they've done to Social Security, hey, it's a little short-term fix. I'm sorry, we don't need a short-term fix right now. We need a long-term solution, okay? We don't need like a little, metal tape on the manifold to make the car stop being so loud, right? We need like a new muffler system, right? New exhaust. We need an ultimate fix, not just this little Band-Aid situation that's going on. Make sense? Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now. Hope this helps you. Again, please subscribe to the channel down below. Like the video, share the video, leave your comments, questions, feedback, again, down below. Check out the other videos here on the channel, the thousands in the video library. The ones I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now, popping up on your screen, you'll see some videos there as well. Enjoy your day. Hope this helps you. Take care. Have a good one. And I'll catch you again.